I think this will be good. Let's look. Just get this to where it needs to be. There we go. And then we'll just bring this over to where it needs to be. Okay. Wait. Oh, fuck. Oh, yeah, I remember. The Dingo mode doesn't allow for... us to see the very bottom. Okay. What was this? Oh, yeah. This was his immigration stuff. We've already done that. Okay, so it did save my spot for the most part. Alright. It's time for some Dingo. Go ahead and... I guess I can leave the music on. 2 minutes to bet your Dingo points. We're at 23%. I'm going to get to... We'll call it 45%. If I'm in the middle of a story, I will start it. Or I will finish it. If I'm over 45. But right around 45. Right around 45%. So probably 15 pages or so. That's enough. I think that's plenty of time for a reasonable Dingo chance. IMO. Let's look at the card. Sweetheart. Misunderstands. We still got to go all the way over here. Right at the top of the page. Perfect. Now it actually works. We don't live in democracy. Dude, I think there we go. That's every piece of the text in frame. Sweetheart misunderstands, worries about paternity, toxic masculinity, racism. Oh God, big mad, eepy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I will accept some variation of this in text. Like, whoa would be fine for me. Does a voice. I think we can tell if he's doing a voice. Like, he'll do like SpongeBob text or something. Walrus, which I don't know how we're going to do in text. Sarah, unlikely. That'd be fucking hilarious, though, if we're in the book. Yelling, rent-free. Ooh, same thing. Hacking and coughing. Coors Mountain, rage quit, just make shit up. I don't care. Drunk. Mommy issues, beard petting. I'm better than you. Piss break again. This doesn't look good for the bingoers. All right. That's the end of the sexy music. It's time for the bad times. This is from Dave's book called Common Grievances, where he depicts his grievances in text form and regales us with his struggles. We don't live in a democracy. This is something that totally chaps my ass when I hear people refer to the USA as a democracy. Let me put this as plain as I can. The USA was never a democracy. We are a constitutional republic, always have been. We do have elements of democracy in this system, but it's not a democracy, and that's a good thing. First, with a democracy, you get the tyranny of the majority. Take gay marriage, for example. Even today, if I were to put it, I think we read this. This is Dave's writing. Or maybe he said this so many times, misunderstands. Take gay marriage, for example. Even today, if I were to put it to a straight vote, it would most likely be outlawed in short order, which is demonstrably untrue. It would be, dude, a straight vote. If they got rid of the electoral college and we did straight vote for everything, we would have socialism pretty much overnight. He read this already. We're gonna read it again. I'm here, but yeah, if the Civil War was just about slavery, is the next one. Uh, Thankfully, we live in a constitutional republic, so you can't grant rights to one couple and not just the other because of the gender of participants. But it wouldn't. That's that was what was happening, and then we had to vote for it to undo that. We had. That's not how gay marriage worked. They didn't have the right, just always. Here's another one. He needs commas. Here's another one. Prayer in school. Constitution says at least mandated prayer is a no-go. Teacher-led prayer as well. That is in large part because of the Constitution. If it were decided by a straight vote, even at the state level, it would probably be the norm. Further, our government, while elected by democratic means, is in no way a democracy. The closest you get is the U.S. House, where the number of representatives are proportional to the population of the state. This is why Wyoming only gets 1 and California gets over 50. The Senate, however, is totally different, with everyone only getting 2. Something that forever sticks in Bill Maher's craw. I do remember this right here. It's like it's transcribed his old videos. I don't know why he would do this. Now, why is it this way? It goes back to the beginning when the bulk of the population lived in Virginia and Pennsylvania. Those states were argued that they should have the most representation because they were the largest. However, states like Rhode Island said that they would like a seat at the table as well. So it was decided that the House would be made up of members proportional to the particular states. Who cares? The reason we have these systems is that the right of the minority must be protected. The minority population was actually enslaved when these papers were drafted. And then some were interred. Some were actually systemically murdered. Eradicated their cultures and stuff and put into reservations. The book that offends most of the population can't be censored because it lost a popularity contest. Finale, considering that most of the time people are idiots, why would you want the majority of morons to decide what laws we live our life under? That's already what happens. All right. Here's the next one. If the Civil War was just about slavery, I think we might do some racism in this one. This is a common lie that really needs to go. The Civil War was about slavery and nothing else. Like the whole reason the bloodiest war ever fought on American soil was solely fought for an institution that had less than 20 years left. He's like, it would have just naturally run its course. While, yes, I guess slavery was an aspect of the Civil War, I guess. I'll go so far to say a large aspect. It was by no means the only one. If it was the case that the Civil War was only about slavery, then why did the Union have 5 slave states? Delaware, Kentucky, Maryland, Missouri, and the new state formed in 1863, West Virginia, all fought for the Union. All were slave states. They also still had legal slavery even after Juneteenth, another lie that won't die. We could make some shit up. The genesis of the conflict was states' rights versus the federal government. The states' rights to have slaves. Do we have to look up? Like fucking Georgia or Mississippi's secession and read the whole thing? And they're like, hey, yeah, slavery. We should be able to have slaves. Just go read it. Yes, Lincoln didn't like slavery, but he wasn't the first president to hate it. The slavery controversy had been growing for a while and really sped up by Franklin Pierce. Side note, no president will be as bad as Mr. Pierce. However, Lincoln had said several times that if he could keep the Union together without freeing slaves, he would do so. He also was against the idea of interracial marriage, and he also was totally opposed for giving the right to vote to black people. Who wrote this? Oh. It's Dave, yeah. Just read the version of Virginia State Constitution during that time. Yeah, I mean, like, they just outline it. This is really stupid. Economic policies, values, the reach of the federal government I mentioned, but the big one was culture. Remember, in the 19th century, the country was a whole lot bigger than it is today. Today, if you wanted to go from Minneapolis to Atlanta, you could do this in about 3 to 4 hours with all the airport bullshit thrown in. The airport bullshit? I mean, this is a racist notion. Back then, the fastest way to get around was a horse. So that's what, 30 to 40 miles a day? So now the journey is 28 days one way. States had almost unique cultures all to themselves. As a consequence, people were way more loyal to their states than the country as a whole. Like it or not, the Civil War was about a lot more than just slavery. Not saying it didn't have any part to play in it. It just wasn't the only part. All right, yeah, I mean, this is, I'm going to call this racism. This is definitely the central crux of it. Like, they would cite some other economic concerns, but like the core of their economy was slave labor agriculture, and of course, going after that would put them, and still has to this day, put them at the mercy of the federal government's funding because they didn't have enough going for them. like Texas did okay. Like Louisiana still hasn't climbed out of that shit. It's been fucking forever. It's been forever. It's been a long time. Fucking almost 200 years, right? 150 or something. All right, next one. Women's self-defense courses are a dangerous idea. Dave does not want to get beat up by a girl at all. Please do not beat Dave up if you are a girl. He'll get very upset. This is one of the worst ideas in a long, sad history of bad ideas. This thought will do nothing but give women false sense of security, which will often lead to them into more dangerous situations. Think about it logically. Think about it logically. Do we have... we do not have... fantasize about violence. Think about it logically for 3 seconds. Does anyone think that a 5'3", 125-pound woman would have a snowball's chance in hell of being able to take down a 6', 225-pound male? What about a 5'4", 325-foot male, 325-pound male? I think yes. The answer is in no realm of reality is that possible. I big disagree that there are 0 5'3", 125-pound women that can take down a 6-foot male. Like, that's definitely doable. Isn't Dave 5'3"? He's 5'4". I don't give a shit. Wait, I don't. That counts? I don't give a shit what Marshall. Whoa, whoops, didn't mean to do that. Now I gotta undo it though. I don't give a shit what martial art the woman has trained in. I don't care if she's a tippy top black belt in whatever. I don't care what women's defense course she wasted her money on. If God forbid, do we have God forbid? Is that a thing? If God forbid she's attacked in the street by a man twice her size, she's fucked. The man has too much power and raw strength for her to overcome. Definitely toxic masculinity, yeah. The only place where a woman can beat the shit out of a dude that's twice her size is on the silver screen, and even that's annoying. He hates when women beat up guys. Truth is, all these classes do is give women false sense of security they really shouldn't have and take their money. Now, don't get me wrong. If a lady wants to take these classes because she wants to stay in shape, that's fine. If she wants to pursue a fighting career, great as well. That said, there is no sanctioning body on the planet that would allow a woman to fight a man because, again, she'd have no chance in a fight 99.999995, there you go, a little leniency, percent of women would not have a chance in hell against 99.999999% of men. And those are numbers, so those are real. Even if there is a great age gap, we've seen a 14-year-old male soccer team beat the hell out of the women's USA team. The best female soccer players in the country didn't stand a chance against a team of boys, all of which had to be driven there by their mommies. This is the tales of defeat are vastly overrated. This is an exhibition thing, and they were dicking around, and it wasn't like a thing. Sexism, it's okay if she wants to stay fit, but not if she wants to defend herself? Absolutely, dude. Do we have misogyny on here? No. No, we don't. If he mentions beer, it's Coors Mountain. Where are we at here? High school boys easily outlift female Olympic powerlifters. Not true. Actually, a female powerlifter challenged men to arm wrestling. Now, she did beat an old guy and struggled against a fat guy, but then a guy that was in shape stepped up. He wasn't a jacked dude, just a dude that looked like he went to the gym a few times a week. She couldn't even move his arm. Wow. And there you go. We should put Dave in a ring with a woman that has studied MMA and see how it goes. I want to set this up. I would love to MC the event. I'm very good at these types of things. I would do great. I could be the ring girl and the ring guy. Be great. Ladies, if you want protection, and I don't blame you for wanting it, the world, while mostly safe, does still have bad people in it. They're pretty rare, but you should be aware of them. Lucky for you, they mostly attack other men. Don't waste your money on hand-to-hand combat classes. Spend it instead on a concealed carry course and get yourself a gun. I don't care how big and strong a dude is, a gun is the great equalizer. Don't even bother with pepper spray or a stun gun. Get the real motherfucker that fires bullets, because then you will really have security. Just a gun guy. I think his use of mommy... Ooh, true. His use of mommies is mommy issues. True. That's right. Ooh, his next one. Possible sweetheart incoming? Possible does a voice? Has he... Wait. If you put something in quotes and talks in character, that's does a voice. He hasn't done it yet. All right, we'll see what happens. Time to sign up for the draft, ladies. So sassy. Do we have Sassy Dave on here? We don't have Sassy. Okay, this goes without saying, but I think it's high time that the women of this country get the same responsibility of the men. He says this a lot. Time to fill out the draft card when it comes in the mail. Of course, you could always, give up the right to vote. Come on, feminists. I thought you wanted equality. Well, here it is. Sign that little draft card and join the men you claim you want equality with. The draft. The one Davis signed up for and went to war in. The draft, as you know. The sad fact of the matter, this just proves that women are the privileged ones in society. I've often asked the question to women to name me one right of privilege under the law that I enjoy as a man that they don't also enjoy as a woman. Well, for a while it was like voting and property rights, and now it's sort of like not on law books, but it's more like a social thing where guys that used to exist under those sexist laws now still operate socially as if the laws were in place, but instead just sort of like do it in a, again, social space. So it'll be like, I just don't give due credence or credit or raises or whatever promotions to women in whatever field. I don't respect women when they talk. Stuff that you do. You're just being sexist, right? Like, sexism isn't gone just because it's off the books, and so sexism still occurs. And so that's what it's about. Women couldn't have bank accounts until like the 70s. We're so progressive. This is where they usually go silent or try to dodge the question. Oh, whoops. We did the opposite. In fact, I'll give you an area where they do have rights and I have none. That's reproductive rights. Pretends to fuck. We have pretends to fuck and paternity. Worries about paternity. Let's go, dude. Women have 100% control on if they have a baby or not. They also have almost 100% control on whether the baby is adopted out or not. Remember, the woman doesn't have to tell the man that she's pregnant. I, as a man, have 0 rights. 0. I can't force her to give birth, nor can I force her to get an abortion. How is that? Wait, listen to yourself. I have 0 rights. I can't force her to give birth, nor can I force her to get an abortion. That's correct. Not being able to force somebody doesn't mean that you don't have rights. You know? Hope that helps. I'm thumbs upping now. Just trying to help. Just trying to be friendly. It's not working. I can't obtain a financial abortion either. You don't. Okay, you have to obtain fucking pussy before you can obtain a financial abortion. David, you can't. You have to be fucking first. You have to be having sexual intercourse with people to worry about this thing. Meanwhile, I'm like shopping vasectomies. I'm big time thinking about vasectomy. I think we gotta be doing it. It's time. I'm just expected to shut up and pay large sums of money in child support. Hell, look at all the women that threw a hissy fit when some states started to make paternity tests mandatory before the birth certificates are signed. That said, even if it's proven the guy isn't the dad, the court... Dude, we need commas. Even if it's proven the guy isn't the dad, comma, the courts more often than not still force him to pay child support. Explain to me again how women are the oppressed group in this country. Explain. How are they oppressed? I can't force them to do stuff. How is that oppression? The truth is, I don't want true equality because they know they can't... Oh, wait. The truth is, you don't want true equality because they know they can't cut it. They'd rather bitch about made-up oppression. You lady... Yeah, he wrote this book, but you guys are the ones bitching. They'd rather bitch about made-up oppression. You ladies want equal rights, but you're terrified of equal responsibilities. You don't want to work the same hours as a man. You don't want to work the hard, dangerous jobs that are dominated by men. I would love to see Dave do a dangerous job. I fear he would fall in the vat, or he would perish at sea, or he would get in an accident. You want the cushy office job that has AC. By the way, most of those jobs are useless and the first ones to be cut from when the company starts to lose money. Not Dave's job. He delivers chips, and you need people to deliver chips. You do. You still don't want to be equals when it comes to courtship. Courtship? Dave, stop pretending to fuck. I don't have it on the card. Why would you do it so many times? If he says, like, I'm going to bed, that's EP. You still don't want to be equals when it comes to courtship. You want men to build, maintain, and improve the world that you inhabit. You don't want to lift a finger to help us in this. Help us? Then you shriek if you have something as symbolic as sign up for the... If you have to do something as symbolic as sign up for the draft. Oh, this was about the draft. Ladies, it's time to sign up for the draft right along with the guys, or it's time that you help me in repealing the 19th. Sheesh. Mic drop, dude. Very strong arguments here. I don't think anyone shrieks about the draft thing. I think men shouldn't... How about this? Men shouldn't have to sign up for the draft. Easy W. We win. Solves everybody's problem, doesn't it? Check that off the list of things we don't have to do. Courtship. How do you bring up courtship and then nothing else? You still don't want to be equals when it comes to courtship. I definitely disagree. I mean, maybe not in right-wing spaces. I think. I mean, even people that I'm not fans of having been partners with, were quite equitable.
I hope you have a fantastic day.
It's about reciprocation. It's sassy. Thanks for the 37 months. I don't know, man. He says this and he will freak out if a man says he would split the bill with his date. I've split the bill with dates for sure. And it wasn't like we were dating and poor and neither of us could hold the whole bill, so we just paid for each other's halves. Or our own halves, whatever. We've done that before. We're like, hey, can I have $5 for the tip? You leave the tip, I'll do this. Done that before. Dave shrieks about women signing up for the draft. He is against it. What even is that, bro? Okay, here's his next one. We're at 32%. Women shouldn't be elected to office. Well, I just got every hairy feminist pissed off with that title, but it's true. Only the hairy feminists. No normal women. Every normal woman is like, yeah, I should not be elected to office. Women should not be elected to public office. Thankfully, most ladies don't want to run for public office because it would take up too much time that would otherwise be used to watching The Voice. But not capital. I'm assuming he means the television program. The Voice, but he didn't capitalize it. He's lucky I know some pop culture. The fact that some do shouldn't be there. Let's look at why. First, women are ruled by their emotions way more than men are on average. Dave, not ruled by his emotions. He's fine, okay? He is fine. He's doing fine. Don't ask him how he's doing because it's fine. Are there men that are ruled by their emotions? Yes. Are there men that are there men that are ruled by their emotions? Yes. He needs punctuation. That said, most of the time, these dudes get mocked relentlessly, so they quickly correct that error. Men, on the other hand, are usually ruled by logic. Are there women that are ruled by logic? Yes, however, they're pretty rare and usually act like a man. Left to his own devices, he just repeats himself. Second, women care far more about stupid shit than men. One of the funniest things when talking about the wage gap is there are more women in college than men. Then why aren't women out earning men? Because most of the ladies got a major in something dumb. How in the fuck are you going to make a nickel with a degree in 18th century French art? The answer is you're not. Men are the ones that get a degree that makes them money. That's it. That's what's happening. All the women that have degrees in 18th century French art, the most popular classes in every college, of course. They're just like, oh, paintings of baguettes du fromage and mustache. I don't know anything about France. Just kidding. I know lots. You guys also like snails. Third, no one, not even other women, trust a woman to lead. Being a leader means being decisive, which Dave is so good at. Women don't usually do that. Most of the time, women prefer to rule collectively and not in a hierarchy. Damn, sounds based. The problem is that collectives take way too long to make a decision, especially when it needs to be made with some haste. In a hierarchy, that speed can be achieved. Speed. America well known for its fast-moving political process. Fourth, women, for the most part, don't want the problems that come with leadership, the headaches and heartbreaks, living with the fact that you can't make everyone happy. They seem too allergic to the hours that it requires as well. The hours of leadership? Well, obviously Dave is as well. He's not in a leadership position. Fifth, most of the ones that are elected don't understand how anything works. You constantly have bean-handed leftist ladies with bean hands. It's got to be been, two E's. He meant two E's. You constantly have bean-headed. Bean-headed. Okay, so usually this has a hyphen. That's why. So like a bean-headed person. Okay. We'll work on it. Is that a thing? Yeah. You constantly have bean-headed leftist ladies not understanding what gross profit and net profit are, when a simple online business course would help them. To be fair, you have airheads on the right that think that God will solve all their problems. Both sides think their conspiracies. Think their conspiracies around what? Around every corner? I get the gist, I guess. This isn't a sentence. So can we as a society come together and stop electing ladies into leadership roles? It's not a question mark. They can't cut it. Thankfully, most of them don't want it. Can we just stop? I wonder if any of his bosses are women. It'd be interesting to see if any of them are interested in such a thing. The reason most CEOs are men. He screamed a little bit. The reason most CEOs are men, well, this is part of where I haven't pissed off feminists enough. This should get them over the edge. What a badass dude. He basically just cocked a gun here. That's how badass that was. They constantly whine that there are not enough women in the CEO seat. Of course, they roll out the usual suspects. Sexism and patriarchy being chief among them. The lie that exists because of pretty privilege. We're a sweetheart away. Oh God, Big Mad, Eepy, whoa, does a voice. Walrus, Sarah, Rent-Free, Hacking and Coughing. I don't know how you do any of these. I think this middle row is like out. It would be fucking hilarious if he just writes gobbledygook. I'll count that as Hacking and Coughing. Coors Mountain, Rage Quit, Drunk, which might be like, I'm writing this while I'm drunk. Piss Break? I don't even know what the fuck you could... I mean, I think, you know... I'm better than you. Definitely could happen. Almost did. Beard petting. I don't know. Bean-headed is what he called Sarah. I assume that means like you have a small bean brain. But I always thought it meant like nerd. He won't mention me in the book. It would sully his art. All right, here's why the most CEOs aren't women and are men. Pretty privilege. Your average woman goes through a good chunk of her life. EP on Jake's card. Your average woman goes through a good chunk of her life before being told no! Exclamation point, period. That's beautiful. They can just put, so that'd be quotes, right? They can be in their 30s and never have once heard someone, let alone a male, tell them that's a really fucking stupid. That's a really fucking stupid. That's a really fucking stupid. That counts as does a voice. That's a really fucking stupid. That counts to me. The reason that most CEOs are men is women really don't want to work that hard. I thought it was because they haven't been told no. Okay. Unlike what that piece of shit Bernie Sanders thinks, your average high-level of executive of a major company is on the clock probably close to 80 hours a week. Listen to the kids of these executives. Most of them don't even know dad's name. That sounds great. Women, for the most part, also don't want...
Screw it. I don't want to play anymore.
...to be that ruthless most of the time to get to that level, admitting that it takes lack of ethics to be in capitalism. Women also usually just get outworked by their male counterparts. Women are just better than men. The exclamation point period gives big energy in the style of Angie, but I'm not doing anything about it. Arms folded. Ooh, true. True. Thanks for the biddies. I'm Gumpy. It's true, even when they start their own businesses. Let's take real estate, for example. A woman typically will start the firm with the idea of working when she wants to work and being able to have lunch with her girlfriends. In real estate, she values not having to deal with the pressure of a boss. Real estate people have bosses. Let's face it, women do terribly under pressure. Dave, you should be forced to deliver a child into this world through your dick. She can have a nice, relaxing work-life balance with the balance in favor of life and leisure. I agree that life and leisure should be the majority of what we do. We should toil as little as possible. For sure. Now, let's take a man in the same business. He will work 18 hours a day because he sees the wasted time as wasted money. He'll work under pressure and doesn't even need that boss to give it to him. In the man's mind, he won't be happy until he's turned it from a little one-person firm to a real estate empire. His work-life balance will be way tilted in the work part of it. That's bad. That doesn't sound happy at all. You don't even have a wife. How are you saying that this is a good thing? They're like, they don't even know dad's name. Most likely, without a boss to tell him to take a vacation, he'll take less of them. This isn't a positive quality. Do we have anything? No. Now, to be fair, this is not all women and all men. There are some lazy-ass dudes and some ladies that outwork even me. Even Dave. Those ladies, by the way, are the ones in the CEO chair. Dave is a little more effort away from being in the CEO chair. He is a temporarily embarrassed millionaire for sure. That's really what it comes down to. Ladies, you're not getting the jobs because we live in a patriarchy that just wants to oppress the shit out of you. Ladies, you're not getting the jobs because we live in a patriarchy that just wants to oppress the shit out of you. Yeah, he's right. Ladies, you're not getting the job because we live in a patriarchy that just wants to oppress the shit out of you. Yeah. Men just work you and men just outwork you, and you seem to like that. Most ladies would say, sweetheart, please. Most ladies would rather take off early to take a walk in the park than do some extra work in the office. Men, on the other hand, make a different choice. That's why skirts aren't in the boardroom. Skirts. All right. Which is interesting because the very next section is called Men Get Off the Couch and Get to Work. I often left work to go take walks in the park. I mean, even me definitely has better than you energy. Even me. You know what? I agree. Man, get off the couch and get to work. Okay, this one is aimed at the boys. If you are a man and you happen to be over the age of 16, there is no reason you shouldn't be working. Fine, you're a student, I get it. You still can work a part-time gig, can't you? If you aren't working, what in the fuck is wrong with you? Get up off your couch and get your worthless ass to work. There is nothing more pathetic than a man that doesn't have a job. Oh, and before you say it, no! Stay-at-home dads should not exist? What? Okay. Is there anything to click for that? That's stupid as fuck. You could be a stay-at-home dad for sure. Why? Why can't you be a father at home? Men are better workers. Time to lecture men they need to work more. I know, right? Self-own. U1 function is to get... Probably your one function is to get skills and then bring those skills into the real world and get money. That's your one function in life? No wonder you're so fucking... You drink yourself to sleep every day. That is exactly why. It's crazy. You know what's funny? He'll say something like this. Your one function is to, like, get skills and make money. And then what he really says makes him happy is that if he makes, like, grilled cheese and his mom likes it, he can ride that high for a week. That's what he says. It's interesting what you value. I don't think these are EP brains, though. U1 function. Women can be lazy to a certain degree, but not you. You're a man. Dave is lazy to many degrees, though. He's obviously lazy. You can't be a schlub and not be lazy. You're a man. There's a reason why your gender makes sure the world keeps spinning. The other reason is women and children will have people that come to save them. Save them from who, Dave? Men? If you are a man, no one is coming to save you because the world doesn't give a shit about you. Aw, Dave, you're depressed? What a depressed guy. Just go a bit further. Doesn't every man have to the drive to go out and create something? Work for something? Dave doesn't do either of those things. What are you doing with your time if you're not working? Hell, for me, I try to turn my hobbies into jobs or at least a trickle of cash. How in the hell does your brain let you just sit there and play video games all day? Don't you feel like a leech? Dude, we are getting so much. He literally can't. I was trying to express, I don't know about a leech, but damn, trying to express a little bit of anxiety and just taking time off. This guy feels like he can't even take minutes off. He feels like a leech immediately. I wonder who instilled that in you, that feeling. I wonder if your dad instilled this in you, and maybe your mom too. Do they make you pay rent, dude? Do you still pay rent to them? Here you are, a full-grown man, and you're still living off of mommy's dime. That must suck, Dave. Doesn't that fill you with shame? If it doesn't, it should. This is the second time he's mentioned mommies. This is definitely mommy issues. So to sum up, if you are a man, get a job, get to work, earn your money, and set yourself up for life. Guess what? As a man, no one is coming to save you. No one's going to bail you out. You will deal with life without the net that women enjoy. What net do women enjoy? The world doesn't care about you, so get up and beat the shit out of life for every penny you can get. Who's supposed to be reading this book? Just us. That's just for you and me. Dave has a net too. He lives at home with his mom. Exactly. All right, this next chapter is called Believe Women. No. Sassy Dave on your cards, if you got them. This is something that is dying. Thanks in large part because the Me Too movement took it way too far. This isn't enough O's in the world in this too. The idea that if a woman he's been saying the same things. He is just writing. It's just a script. He's an NPC. This is a dialogue tree. What the fuck? The idea that if a woman says a man did something to her, we must automatically believe her. Trust and verify, bro. My response to that nonsense is hell no. Last time I checked, women are adult humans and can lie, and women seem to lie about a lot. Oh, really? Like what? If a woman wants me to believe the claim, they need to provide evidence of said claim. He hates evidence. You're a liar, dude. You're a Weasley little liar, dude.
I hope you have a fantastic day.
What do you mean you want evidence? Every time someone gives you evidence or the offer of it, you freak the fuck out. He literally loses his mind. He'll freak out and kick you out of the call if you like. Here's some evidence. Did to Phoenix the other day. This notion that we should just blanketly believe a woman when she says that a guy, let's say, beat her up is laughable. This guy beat me up. I'm covered in bruises and cuts. And there he is. He's my husband. Get him. Book him, Dan. Dano. Now let's say when she says... Wait. Now let's say when she says it's her face resembles burnt meatloaf, then okay, I'll take their word for it. All right, you guys can do implements. Is Dave happy? No. You guys can do implements if you want. That said, if her mascara isn't even smudged, sorry, calling bullshit on your good word alone. This is also the mild version of this scenario. The mild version? Is he, like, not writing, like, his rape fantasies in the book or something? The problem is this believe women bullshit has real-world consequences. Like men having their careers ruined because some dumb bitch... Yeah, we don't have bitch. Some dumb bitch made false allegations. It's also just not the professional lives. How many men have been destroyed in family court just because some... Do I have slur? Just because some cunt said he did something. No proof, just her good word against his. Hell, this doesn't happen often, but it does happen. Men have gone to prison, and the only real evidence against him is the woman said he raped her. I think we should, you know, yawn a little bit. Again, feminists, how are you okay with this? You constantly say that women are just as capable as men, that men and women are equal and the same. Then why in the fuck do you think that it's not possible that some women lie? Why does he think this is what is being said? Why am I so yawning? Dude, his book sucks. That's why. His book sucks and it's making me yawn. Hammers. Like the guy who throws hammers in the Mario game. He just tosses hammers at you. Eepy, 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 eepy. I'm eepy. Can't stop yawning. Then why in the fuck do you think this is not possible? That women lie. They may even lie about being raped. Why are you not screaming for them to provide proof of their accusations? I agree that false accusations hurt real victims, but the problem is you've created a system that lets women abuse it. There's no evidence of this happening whatsoever. There's just none. Combine that with the fact that for the longest time, women, for whatever reason, were given the benefit of the doubt when they made an accusation. This is untrue. You had the perfect storm that lasted until its peak with the Me Too crap. No, it doesn't count. He's got to say, like, I'm tired of this. Then what happened more and more, women made more and more paper-thin claims. It led men to start ignoring you. It led to lost mentorship opportunities? It led to women not being hired in the first place. And if they aren't, they're totally isolated in the work environment? What women are isolated in the work environment? Wait. So men are not approaching their female coworkers in the work environment because they're worried they're going to get Me Too'd. I would simply not interact with women in a way that would get me Me Too'd. Like, what? What are you saying to your coworkers, man? I would just not do fucked up stuff. That's the easiest way to not get accused of it. Yeah, don't be a creep. You're having it again, dude. Why am I so sleepy now? Isolated work environment. This has also had the effects of women hating work because women generally terrible with isolation. It's just sorry, ladies, men. It's just sorry, ladies, men. Don't what? It's just sorry, lady. It's just sorry, maybe it's just sorry, ladies. Men don't want to risk their whole careers over a bad lunch. Like it or not, if a woman is raped, then she needs to make the first stop to the hospital. We Jesus Christ. We need to gather evidence that is probably still inside you. Bro needs an editor. Bro needs a lobotomy. Don't take a shower. Just go to the hospital. You can have the cops meet you there. Yes, I know it might be the last thing you want to do, and it may be humiliating, but you have to tell the cops everything. Then law enforcement can get to work gathering evidence. Then at trial, someone like me will be more likely to give a verdict in your favor. You're not a judge? What the fuck? Someone like you? Someone like me? I guess I think we should smash. If, on the other hand, all I have to go on is your good word, sorry, not sorry. There are way too many times, especially in school. So this is interesting. So Dave has this opinion about false rape accusations, but he doesn't have this opinion about falsely accusing someone of murder and then being put to death by the death penalty. So I would like to know how these two things aren't the same, because they're both the same justice system. I would love to know how he jives these two, and in fact, he can't, because they're contradictory, and he's stupid. If, on the other hand, all I have to go on is your word, sorry, not sorry, there are way too many times, especially on school grounds, that women... School grounds? There are way too many times, especially women on school grounds, that women lie about this shit. Women aren't on school grounds. That's kids. That's kids. You could put the pedo bear on your card if you have it. You want me to condemn a man for something, you're going to have to provide proof, not just words. Sorry, I don't believe women. Yeah, that's fucked up, man. I disagree with you. The next one is make your coffee at home, and this is going to be our last one, it looks like. It's going to be our very last one. Well, that's it? No, it's not. It's super short. Never mind. Well, I already talked about this a bit earlier in the book, so this will be brief. Make your coffee yourself at home. Stop spending $30 a day to have it made by Starbucks. Stop being lazy, and then maybe you won't be a broke loser. Never mind. We need to go. We need to continue on. There's more. Surely, this is the last one. Whatever this one is, this is the last one. Can we stop panicking every time the media says to? We still need sweetheart, Eepy, oh God, big mad, whoa, 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 walrus, Sarah, rent-free, hack and coffin, Coors Mountain, rage quit, drunk, beard petting, piss break. I don't know how you piss break or beard pet. Mention of his beard or pissing is good. Drinking beer is good. Rage quitting would be contextual in here. Coors Mountain mentioning drinking. Mentioning being drunk, mentioning drinking. Hackett and coffin. I got a bad cough. I don't even know. Rent-free and Sarah makes sense. Walrus. I'll know it when I see it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Obvious. Big mad. He has to scream and swear and shit. Oh God is easy. All right. If the COVID bullshit taught us anything, it should have taught us not to panic every single time the media says the sky is falling. The media at the start had everyone glued for the doomsday bug. You remember the round the clock coverage of this bullshit? Then what happened? A whole lot of fucking nothing. All right, this is Big Mad. There you go. You got a Big Mad. A whole lot of fucking nothing! 3 exclamation points. I disagree. There's like millions of dead people. COVID at the end of the day was no worse or lethal than the goddamn seasonal flu. Yes, people died. People also die whenever the flu shows up. Do we panic every year at the same time? The bingo card wasn't meant for Written Dave, and yet here we are, so close to a bingo. The fact of the matter is, to keep ratings up, the media, well, made shit up. The media, well? Probably the media, comma, well, made shit up. I was like sassy. Most of the people that died as a direct result of COVID were people that were 10 minutes from death anyway. 10 minutes? It's very sad that COVID killed Grandma, but she was 91. I'm glad that a lot of these people aren't voting, at least. They so inflated the numbers that when someone came in with a gunshot and also happened to have COVID, if they died, the death was counted as a COVID one. These are all myths. This is just making it up. Definitely big myths. I hope David continues to get COVID, though. Now, which killed him, the virus or the bullet in his stomach? COVID was never that big of a deal. It was never that big of a threat. The media just wanted another gasp of relevancy. The media wanted relevancy? Chain sword from Warhammer is the new implement? Okay. I've heard exactly this before. Oh, yeah, he says it every time. Look at how they report MAGA. They think that Trump will try to be a dictator. Really, he left the first time. I think he'll leave the second. Look at how they downplay the rampant crime that's all over the country. What? I guess it's just the media. That's why the media does. They sensationalize things. That's what the media does. They sensationalize. Oh, comma they. Yeah. He said it day one. Yep. He really did. Personally, I view the media, even local news, like I view the tabloid publications that are available at your local grocery stores. If you trust everything they say with no skepticism, then you are an idiot. He listens to Fox News and nothing else. He listens to Fox News with his mom. They need to get ratings just like any sitcom or drama. Let's face it, just reporting straight news is boring. That's saying nothing of the personal bias that's killing the news business. I don't know when it happened. I don't know when it happened, but this is a long-running problem, but it's probably... And this is a long problem, but it's probably the worst. So this is capitalism intersecting with news, Dave. Reporters just can't stop placing their own political biases in the reporting. The problem is now it has gotten to the point of omitting facts. Just now it has. Not to mention the crusade against independent journalists. Everyone at the mainstream media would love it if YouTube shut down tomorrow. Our voices can't be controlled and told. If we have a narrative, it's one of our own. Most of us don't have a narrative. We just want to get to the bottom of whatever we're reporting on. We are reporting on. That said, bias affects us as well. Does he think he's an investigative reporter? Is that what he thinks? Here's a solution, and everyone should adopt it. Don't believe something just because a talking head told you to. Do your own research, which today is easier than ever before, which he's never done. Come to your own conclusions. Become what they hate the most, a person with their own independent mind. He's never done this. He doesn't have an independent mind. Why do all these socialists have a Patreon? That is the next one. He didn't say sweetheart. EP. Whoa. Oh, God. None of that stuff. Chat. The Ding Knowers are victorious. Congratulations, Knowers. Just one more. Well, I guess next time.
If I was gay or something.
Next time we will get why do socialists have a Patreon? The answer is, of course, because socialists are also subject to capitalism. It's true.